Sweet.
1 second, it is preparing. It says still live, preparing for live, so I'm not quite sure. I have never done a live into a Facebook group, but I know Jordan does it all the time. It is recording, so I guess the only thing I can say is that if you want to check a browser and just see if we're up and running inside the Facebook group, that would probably be the only thing, just to double check. If you can do that, and I will get started on the Zoom call, and we'll get started.
Okay, let me
All right. Well, hey, everyone. My name is Gary Allen. I'm a realtor in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm joined with the...
we are not up and running yet in the Facebook group.
It says preparing.
Okay.
But it's been preparing for a long time. Stop live. Unable to stream your webinar. You need to restart streaming. Stop live stream. Live on Facebook. This is odd.
Hi, Deanna. We're just getting everything started. Trying to get it on Facebook Live. Give us a second. It's giving us a tech headache.
And you did add me as an admin.
Yes, I think you need to accept it, though. Did you accept it?
Oh, no. All right.
That might be why.
Let's see here.
Hold, please.
Oh, my goodness. Invited you, accept. Okay, now we're probably going to be able to do that quickly. I didn't know I needed to accept anything. So now we are back here. Go live.
Getting there.
Setting up your webinar for Facebook Live. Guys, we're just novices at connecting Zoom with Facebook. It's really my bad. So just hang in here with us, and as soon as we get this done, or if we can't get it done, then we'll just move forward on the Zoom side. But I think we're going to be able to get this onto...
We're live now. It looks like...
Beautiful.
Yes, we are good.
All right, great. Well, again, my name is Gary Allen, and I'm here with Kayla Lieblich, who we are both realtors. Kayla is a rock star that's doing amazing things up in Colorado, and she was great before she found this app, but she has taken her game to a whole new level. I believe when I met you, Kayla, you were in the top 10, I think, at your office, but I think the last time we spoke about this, you were like in the top 3 or so. Is that still correct?
I think so. I haven't actually checked in a little while, probably, because I don't go into my office anymore because I am busy working, and I haven't checked.
Well, that's the whole point then.
Still in the top 10 just because of the, we get invited to the masterminds. So that is still a thing. I just don't know where exactly I stand. So
most importantly, what you are doing seems to be working because you are so busy you can't even go into the office anymore, which is awesome. So guys, we're sharing today a simple concept, a simple shift in your mindset, and using a very cool, very simple app to absolutely revolutionize your real estate business. And I have helped realtors across the country be able to do this by, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Let's see here. Hopefully this will work as easily as I want it to. And okay, so guys, I have the screen on here. Can you see that that word gratitude, Kayla?
Yes.
So that's what we're talking about here. A simple shift of mindset.
The Facebook Live is okay. Yep, I think we're good now. Never mind. I lied.
So we're talking about a simple shift of mindset and using a very cool, easy to use app to be able to revolutionize your real estate business. And that simple shift in mindset has to do with gratitude. Because a lot of times as realtors, we're always looking for the next deal. But if you would stop and turn around and look at all the people that you've helped in the past and show them gratitude, show them that you appreciate them, that you will start to find that you're going to have people start to go to work for you and start to send you referrals like they've done for myself and Kayla and many, many others that I could name. to be able to change your business and start to be able to build a business where you can start to design your life around your dreams rather than having to just forced to do anything when it comes across your plate. Really when it comes to real estate, we all know it's 90% lead generation. And the agents that have a handle on being able to lead generate have control of their future. And those that don't, sadly, don't have control and will either join a team or something like that may bring them leads, or they may be out of the business here in a couple of years. So learning to be able to lead gen and grow your business is just a very smart way to ensure your success in real estate. So guys, I've been a realtor for 4.5 years, and I found a simple tool about a year into being a realtor that completely revolutionized my business. I've shared this with realtors across the country, and one of them that I've shared this with is Kayla. Kayla Leiblich out of Fort Collins, Colorado, KW agent that took my message and the app and really started using it very hard. And about 1.5 years ago, if I remember correctly, I think it was November of 17, if I remember correctly, you started using this and a simple system to go after expireds. And you started having phenomenal success, not only going after FSBOs and expires, but also by showing gratitude and loving on your network. So Kayla, talk a little bit about yourself and your story and how you use send out cards in a 3 or 4 minute thing. And then I'm going to ask you a few questions about a couple different subjects, and we're just going to kind of go step by step to this. And this might run 30, 35 minutes, guys.
Okay. So basically I started using this when I was in my second year, I think, of real estate, and I had wanted a way to reach out to my clients and to expireds and for sale by owners who are on the do not call list, because we have a lot of those here. And so basically what that ended up looking like was I'd heard about send out cards. I hadn't really talked to anyone about it. And when I finally connected with you, Gary, you answered all my questions and I signed up. And so since then, I have been finding different ways to use it for pretty much every possible lead source. And because of that, I've seen a huge boost in my business. Right now it is just me on my team, and we have, I have a transaction coordinator, so there's a we. We have massive success in business going on right now. The start of our year was pretty slow because I wasn't doing the lead gen like I should have been. And now, since we started using the cards and everything in early February, and since we started calling, and since we started really implementing our gratitude program, which is a whole bunch of things combined, we signed 7 clients in 1 week back in April, and like the first week of April. And so now we have, I think, 5 pending. We have 2 active listings, but we have 8 coming soon.
How much of that, because I know you do lead generation in a few different ways, it's not just send out cards exclusively, but how much of that would you say came from send out cards?
I would say at least 60% of it.
Wow.
Yeah, at least 60%. And a lot of it was actually people who I had been speaking to, and a lot of the people who are starting to come up and be ready are actually people who I started prospecting last year and the year before even through send out cards. So some of them were for sale by owners and expireds that I reached out to over 1.5 years ago when I first started with send out cards that November. That was actually 1.5 years ago, I think, almost to the day. And so I started reaching out to them, and through a card campaign, because they were on the do not call list. And then some of them I did the campaign and I cold called. And then some of them were just people who were in my sphere and were celebrating something, and I wanted to share my love with them. So I would send them a gratitude card or a congratulations on your wedding or whatever, new baby cards, all sorts of stuff. So I started really focusing on the people that I have and prospecting. And then now I'm at a point where I'm actually focusing on using it for marketing and prospecting, probably about half as much, because I'm spending most of my prospecting time focusing on my clients, doing client events and our gratitude program. And that involves a lot of card sending.
Okay, so let's talk about 3 areas that I think that you've had great success in. One of them is expireds. The other one, I believe, is your open house, which you just posted a card on that here in the last month or so.
Yeah, I've got that right here.
Phenomenal. And then let's talk about just loving on your network. So let's do the first thing. Let's talk about when you first started off with send out cards, you really started using this to go after the expired network. Can you share a little bit about how you did that and what kind of success you've had with that?
Yeah, so basically what I did was I put together a 4-card campaign that would go out once a week to a new expired or withdrawn. In our market, a lot of our agents will just expire or will withdraw their listings the day before they expire. And there's no way to tell if it was canceled, withdrawn, you know, there's not a whole bunch of differentiation. So I just send it to everyone. Of course, I've got the disclaimers on the back. But anyways, I put together 4 cards and they went out once every week. And what we would do is every morning we would pull the expired and withdrawn list, and then we would send those out and just process them through the system. And we would do the same thing with our for sale by owners. And what that resulted in, you know, it took a couple weeks. I had to be a little patient. My rule when I started this was every day for 30 days, no exceptions. And so, you know, the only things that we really took out in terms of expireds were listings we really didn't want, which would be, you know, vacant land or trailers that are really hard to sell. Those are the only things that we really took out. Everything else was in a desired price point and area.
So this is a 4-card campaign, something that you created, and then when you add someone to the campaign, I believe you take a photo of their home, either from Google Maps or personally from your camera, and you load that on the front, and that goes out sometimes with brownies and sometimes without brownies, I think, based on the price point.
Yep. And so for anything over 500,000, we would send them brownies as well, because they get like a cute little package. And then in my mind, if they're getting a package from someone, they're going to want to open that. And it comes with the card on top in like a really nice vellum mylar envelope. And then the card's inside, and it's got a picture of their house. Google Maps is fantastic. So is Zillow. I can just pull, you know, a screenshot of that for sale by owners. And basically we send that out. And it takes a couple weeks sometimes. I had people calling me even 2 or 3 months after they got the brownies when they were actually ready to list again. And so that's resulted in, you know, probably $200,000 worth of commissions just on the expireds and for sale by owners.
I think you said you had spent about $3,000 or so on that. So that was about what, a 66 or 67 to 1 rate of return?
Yeah, I think it went down a tiny bit. I think the rate of return was like between 55 and 60.
Oh no, it's horrible.
Calculate it today. And you know, it's funny because every time we send out a group of cards, we have this massive influx of calls. And so it's a little bit hard to figure out exactly what's going where when you have so many listings. But, you know, it's a good problem to have. I really can't complain.
Yeah, it's a real tough problem. All right, well, let's talk a little bit. We'll finish up on this. So you send out 1 card that has a picture of their home on the front, and then they're going to get 3 cards over the next 3 or 4 weeks that all you did is add someone to the campaign, and you pretty much forget about it. Now, you probably still do phone follow-ups when you can, but in terms of the cards, once you put someone in the campaign, you forget about it. Is that correct?
Yeah. So as soon as you send that campaign, all 4 cards are scheduled. The first one goes out basically the next day. And based on, you know, I'll send myself one every once in a while, especially with like my open houses, just to make sure that they arrive on the right day. Those typically end up arriving 2 or 3 days later in the Colorado region. So I'd say double check it depending on your area. But yeah, so it goes out and like it gets scheduled, it gets printed that night, and then it goes out the next day and it arrives the day after that, or maybe possibly 2 days later.
Yeah, 3 to 5 days depending on where you're at in the country.
Yep.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your open house card that you just showed here a little bit ago, because I was super impressed by that. You are a graphic artist, I believe, but you don't have to be a graphic artist to do amazing things with this system. So let's talk a little bit about this card and the success that you've had using this with your open houses.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up the correct one. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, it's right here. I've got multiple ones. And I actually, every time that you send them out, you get a couple back. And I don't mind that, because I use them in my listing presentations and I can give them to my sellers and they love it. So this is the one that I actually sent out. I think it's the one that I posted in Facebook, or it's possibly this one. This is the other listing that I had. I can't remember which one it was. Both of these sold in less than 24 hours. But we did an open house on each of them. And for this one, this cute one with the gardens and everything, that one ended up having over 100 guests through it in 2 hours.
Wow. So you sent off how many cards for this open house?
For this one, we only did 200 because it's a really quiet neighborhood and it's not as large. And then for this one, it's a condo complex with a really high volume of renters and a really high volume of, landlords, obviously. So the reason I did the entire complex for this one, which was just about 500 people, was because of that ratio and how many people there are in each of those. And then we just knew that there was a high volume of people who would be moving or looking to sell with the market that's, pending or coming up.
So was your open house that had 100 people that came through?
Yes.
Was that the 500 card or the 200 card?
That's the 200 card.
Wow.
The other one, we had probably 150 people come through. And, the number of people who showed up, the reason we know this works is because if people show up with it in their hands, you know that they're holding on to it. They didn't just toss it in the trash like most people do. And so we had at least 5 sellers come through with it in their hands, and we actually received phone calls from about 5 to 10 more people who live in the area who were sellers. So they were thinking about selling. They saw our marketing. They thought it was impressive. They stopped by the open house, or they gave us a call. And so on top of getting it under contract for our seller, over asking cash, quick close, it should actually close here at the end of the month.
Would you say that open house was so successful because of send out cards?
Yeah, so typically, and it's funny because I don't typically want 150 people through our open house. Right. Like I want 20. I want 20 people who stay 10 minutes, and that's like 2.5 hours, and I can build a relationship with each of them. That's what I want. So 150 was way too many, but it got the job done for our sellers. And the reason that I would consider it successful is because of the number of people. So like the sellers who came through, they saw one of the busiest open houses they'll probably ever see. Yeah. And they had our cards in their hand. Cute. And they reached out to us and gave us their contact information. And one of the other things that I need to show you guys today is my contact information form that I give to sellers or give out at open houses, because for some reason we get about 80% of the time we get all of the information. So that includes their phone name, their mailing address, their phone number, their email, and then feedback on the property. And I don't know how we do it or what the secret sauce is. I just know that people fill it out all the way. And then what we do is we put them on a drip campaign from the open house. So we actually send out, I don't have any right in front of me, but we'll send out a card, and they don't typically come back because they gave us their address, but we'll send out a card with the picture of the house that they toured on the front. And we'll say, thank you so much for attending our open house. Here's what happened. If it's under contract already, we'll mention that and just say thank you. And then they get 2 or 3 more cards after that, reminding them that we're here to help. So we put them on the email drip campaign. We send them cards thanking them. If it's a high dollar listing, we'll send brownies thanking them for attending. And then, we'll call and follow up as well. So we kind of hit them from every single thing. We don't do the spammy emails that, top 10 tips for selling your house. We don't send those out hardly ever, maybe once a year. So that's not one of our strategies by any means. We just send out listings that they're interested in.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the third thing, which is loving on your network. Do you have any examples of cards that,
I don't, because they never come back. I have one that I received though from my dear friend Cara. So this is a card that she sent me. That's my picture there on the front that she took off of my Facebook. And it basically has a lot of words of inspiration. And then she wrote me a really nice letter that I'm not going to read because it's fairly personal. And I got it from her out of the blue on a surprise day. And it was a really bad day for me. I can't remember what happened, but I was not working that day because I was just devastated. And I got this in the mail, and it literally it cheered me up so much. Like, it was just amazing. And so, what we try to do, or what our intention is every single day we log into our Facebook, right? We spend hours looking at Facebook every day. I just save every photo that I come across that is from someone that I have their address for. And if I don't have their address, I private message them and ask them what it is. And I've only had like 2 people ever say no. That's one really big hang up that I think a lot of people have. And as a KW agent going through command and putting everything into command right now, you can see the health of your database, and it tells you how many people you have addresses for. And my goal is to get to 100% because I want addresses for everyone. Yeah. And it's not hard to ask. People give it to me all the time. So anyways, all I do is I go on Facebook and I celebrate their big moments. So if they find out they're pregnant, I'll send them some sort of, baby gift or like a card congratulating them. And then I'll send them another gift when the baby's born with a picture from the hospital or something like that. And they have like little stuffed animals and blankets and stuff like that. So, we can send those. And I've actually had most of those posted on Facebook, and they tag me in it. So that's pretty cool. And then, there's just a bunch of really...
And you've had tangible sales from doing that?
Yeah. We've actually, so since we changed our strategy after family reunion this year to the gratitude strategy that we've got going on right now, we've been doing, basically private parties and monthly gifts and doing a VIP program for the people who refer us. And, a lot of our invitations go out through that. And so there's a few elements to this gratitude program we've got going on.
Sure.
But, when you send a card and someone tags you in Facebook and says, oh my God, I have the best realtor, just kidding, family member or friend ever.
Yeah.
You get a couple of responses and people tend to, talk about it, and they're like, oh, your realtor sent that to you? Like, that seems really weird. And a lot of people think that it is weird, but it's not, because it's, by the time that you're closing, you've celebrated with them. And then, just the most recent tangible thing, I sent one of my first clients ever, I sent his daughter a birthday gift. It was like a little charm that you hang in the window and it puts rainbows everywhere. And she's 7. She was 3 when we helped her dad buy his first house. and he is moving in with his girlfriend, and or his girlfriend is moving in with him, most likely, and she's selling her house, he's selling his house, and they're buying a house together.
Wow.
So how does that work? Pretty beautifully. That's
Yeah.
3 transactions for a $20 gift.
Yeah.
Just for remembering his daughter's birthday. And, you know, I've sent him anniversary cards for his house purchase. All of those things that you think of that, like, oh, that'd be so cool to do, you can automate in send out cards.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so that I don't forget or drop the ball on any of it.
Well, let me share a couple of quick cards, and then I'm going to transition and show everyone the back office, the plans that you can use, and the different features that the plans have. So this is one card that I sent out that I put someone into a rental home, and they posted a picture of their anniversary, on their anniversary of their day that they got married. They're sitting there cutting a cake. And so I grabbed that off of Facebook. I put that on the inside of the card. I found a card that had a couple wine glasses. And I just said, you know, what a beautiful day. Congratulations. So Newly, it's his name, Newly calls me and goes, dude, my wife adores you. Thank you so much. And we chatted for a few minutes. You know, I sent him a 4-pack of brownies because he's got a couple kids. And last thing he said to me is that my dad's moving to Vegas. And even though he's bought 3 homes from the same realtor, I want him to meet you. So I met with his dad, and we ended up closing a very large transaction from basically a card and a 4-pack of brownies, maybe a $15 gift or so. Another one I have is here. I'll pull it up on my screen. I just wanted to let's see here. Is that it? Oh, that's it. Where are we at? I am not sure where we're at. I had it, but I might have lost it. There it is. Okay, so yeah, this is my insurance agent. He posted a picture of his 8-year-old boy because he hit his first home run. So I grabbed this picture off of Facebook, and I would say congratulations. And on the inside of the card, I say something, you know, what a great picture. Here's to all the home runs to come. And I sent it to them. And the same thing. He calls me and goes, man, this is so cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And then a week later, he sends me a referral. So guys, the point is that you've seen a system that can go after expires, that can go after using it for open houses, that can be used on your network, that you can start to send to other realtors in other cities to make connections with them so they can start to refer business to you. There are unlimited ways to use this system, and Kayla has shown that. I have realtors all across the country that have used this. Brian in South Carolina is crushing the FSBO market and his sphere of influence market just by using send out cards. We've got people all across the country that use this. Gail up in Michigan, 50 plus transactions a year, 100% referral. She started using send out cards about 7 or 8 years ago. So guys, this is such a fantastic tool for realtors. I frankly think it is the best tool for realtors. Why is that? Because we are in the people business, and we are in the nurturing relationship business. And it just makes sense that if you have a tool that helps you to do that, then this is going to be a very successful tool. So I want to go ahead and share my screen one more time, and I want to go ahead and go into the different ways that you can use send out cards in terms of the plans and the costs and such. So everyone, I want you to, first of all, consider that if you go to, if I invited you, then you want to go to my website and send a free card. And that's sendoutcards.com/go mobile. If Kayla has invited you, you want to go to her website and send a free card to someone, whether that's to your girlfriend or your spouse or your boyfriend or even to yourself. Go on Kayla's website, sendoutcards.com/be bold, and you can send a card for free. And when you do that, then you are going to be signed up for the basic plan. And this is a pay-as-you-go type of a plan. You create a card, you pay for it. You create a card, you pay for it. Now, it doesn't open up the entire send-out card system. It does have a limited relationship manager or contact manager. You can't send campaigns from the basic. This is really a good system for grandma that wants to send a couple cards a month. But if you're a business owner, I want you to consider one of these 3 plans, and I'll recommend one of these 2 plans. But the enhanced plan is $17 a month. That basically opens up the send out card system so that you can use the unlimited relationship manager. You can use the multiple touch campaigns. You get a 15% discount on gifts, and each of your cards are $2.25 plus the stamp. Whereas over on the basic, they're $2.75 per card. So this $17 a month opens up the entire send out card system and allows you to have a lower price point. Guys, here's what I'm excited about. These 2 plans are freaking amazing. The premium plan at $97 a month. Guys, get this. Unlimited, heartfelt, single cards, including postage to anywhere in the world. What does this mean? That means you can create one heartfelt card and send it to one person immediately, and you can send out 100 of those a month, 300 a month, 500 a month, including postage, and your cost is $97 per month. There is no plan like this in the marketplace. This is an amazing plan for professionals, especially real estate professionals, when you can every day send out 10 cards. Just go on Facebook. People put their lives on Facebook, and you can give that back to them in a tangible card that cuts through all the electronic clutter of today's social media, bypasses their brain and goes right to their heart. And you have the ability to send unlimited cards using the premium package. Now, you also get, if you're sending out a group or a scheduled card, then the price is going to be $1.75 plus the 55-cent stamp. So what is that, about $2.30 or so, $2.40? So which is like a third of what you would pay down at the store. Plus, it's fully customizable with pictures and how you want, your branding on the back, which we haven't really talked that much about. Maybe, Kayla, when we're done here, you can show us a little bit about your branding.
Oh,
but
yeah,
but
sure.
The premium package is amazing because you can send out so many cards for a fixed amount of money. That's just phenomenal. And then the enterprise plan, this is the plan that I have, $147 a month, gives you the same unlimited, heartfelt, single cards, including postage, anywhere in the world. Your group and scheduled cards, your campaigns, $1.75 plus postage. You get a 30% discount on gifts. All kinds of cards, from a postcard to a flat card in an envelope, to a 2-panel, a 3-panel, a large card like an 8x10 card. Those are our 5 different types of cards. You also get 100 group sends per month. So the best way to explain a group send is one card going to 2 or more people at one time. And so think invitation, or think open house to a neighborhood, or just listed or just sold, where you create one card that goes out to X amount of people. You get 100 of those per month in the enterprise plan. You will pay postage on those 100 cards, but you still get that benefit of being able to have the group send. And then, of course, you get loyalty rewards on both the premium and the enterprise plan. And that's basically 10 group send cards per month that roll over for 12 months. So at the end of the year, if you never use those loyalty rewards, you'd have 120 group send cards that you could send out. So you can also add elite packages where you can add, I tell you what, Kayla, why don't you talk about that? You bought the elite package, yeah, the elite plus package for, I think, $9.95.
Yeah, if you want to scroll down a little bit and show them. Yeah, I got used to using this system a lot, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend this until you're ready to send a lot of cards.
That's right.
Basically, what you're doing when you do this is you're prepaying for 1,000 cards. And so if you look at the Elite Plus, that's what I have. And it really just brings the price of each card down even further to about, I think it's $1.65 or something, including postage.
Yeah, $1.54. And now these are for group sends, and for scheduled campaign cards, you still get all the unlimited single cards included in those 2 packages.
Yeah, they don't count towards your 1,000 touches. And so what this is great for, this is basically for the people who, like me, want to use them to prospect expireds and for sale by owners, and put all of my people on home anniversary cards and birthday cards and whatever kind of cards that I want to share with them. Or like, you know, I can also use it for, I think it's basically any card that would be paid drops down to the 99 cents. And so you don't have to prepay after you send your first 1,000 cards. It's for the rest of the year. And so I paid for my 1,000 up front. I used them all in like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And then since then, my price has been about 99.5 cents per card plus postage. And I use that for, I still get my 100 cards per month, 110 for the 10 for the loyalty, and then 100 for being on the enterprise plan, which is what I'm on. And I use that 110 to farm my neighborhood. So that's what I'm sending out to every time that I'm doing that. And then all of my open house cards, all of my just sold cards, which I don't have any in hand because I haven't sent them out just yet. But for this one, this cute little neighborhood card, and for the condo that we did, I'm planning on sending out 100, or not 100. I'm planning on sending out the big cards to each of those.
Wow.
So that'll be about 750 cards that goes out. But those are the really big ones. They're like
8 by 10.
Yeah, so if this is 8, I think it's like double and then fold it over. And so they come in a really cool like package that people are going to want to open.
Yeah.
And what I want them to see is like, here, I can actually do a screen share, I think, of my Canva. And you can see, because I've already updated this. So this is my just sold for this. And I'm planning on doing this on the big card. And so like I've still got the photos and everything still kind of rings true with my marketing. So we had multiple offers for this lovely 60s gem. It sold for over asking price.
Wow.
And like, it's not a fancy home. It's just like a 60s house that's in perfect, like, look at that. Look at that backsplash. It's perfect. And it's green. I mean, this one's pink. It's just perfect. And so what I want people to see, and this is what the back of my cards look like.
That's your brand.
Yeah, so this is my branding. So everything I have has me in this little pink dress. Everyone knows me as the girl in the pink dress. I don't know why. I just kind of stuck. And so I wear that to a lot of my events and everything that I do. But yeah, so this is exactly what it'll look like when it prints. And I do all of my design in Canva, just so everyone knows. Send Out Cards has a lot of really great templates to make it easy. I like some of the things that Canva has, and I just kind of steal them and then adjust them a little bit and save them as a template. And what I'm going to do at some point is find out how to share the templates. So I'll upload those to the Facebook group or the links or something so that you can go in and borrow those. But that's basically like, I want people to see this. That's pretty cool. And if it's coming in a package that's like massive,
Huge.
That's going to have an impact on all of the people who had already seen our prior marketing. And so they're probably going to call me and be like, hey, that's pretty cool. How do I do that? Or how would you like to do that for my house? That's exactly what we want them to say, because no one else is doing it. I can guarantee you that. I've been in this market. And when I take these cards to my listing appointments and I say, yep, I'll send out, 200 of these to targeted buyers in the area, and you can just pull the list from your title company for free. You don't have to pay for that. When I say that I'm going to send that out to targeted buyers who fit the profile of someone who's going to sell their house or is currently shopping, then people respond. They're like, holy crap, this girl knows what she's talking about marketing wise. And it makes a huge, huge difference.
Yeah.
So that's really the impression that we're trying to give them, is that we know what we're doing in terms of marketing, and that's why they sign with us, right?
Well, you definitely do. You definitely know what you're doing, and your results have shown that. Kayla, it's so excited for you to see you have that great success. And I want to talk about one last thing before we're done here. We're a little bit over time. But guys, here is a way to have this incredible plan for free. And it is by doing the same thing that Kayla and I do, is that we send out cards. If you're a realtor, guess what? You're around realtors all the time. And Kayla and I will help you to show this to other realtors in a very simple way using our app or using the website. And guys, if you sign up, for instance, for the $97 a month plan, we call this the paid for program. If you sign up as a affiliate with Send Out Cards and you have the $97 a month plan that you are using to build your real estate business, and at the same time you pay the annual $59 fee to become an affiliate with Send Out Cards, then you go out and sign up 4 people with the same plan that you have, the $97 a month plan in this example. Now your plan is absolutely free because you are earning $97 in commission, 20% of your own $97 plan, 20% off of those 4 people. That's 100%, $97 a month, and your marketing costs are free. Now it's up to you if you want to take it the next step and really start to develop a second residual income. Then you just keep on sharing it with people. And then it just like a little spider, it just kind of networks out and it just grows and grows and grows. I've been in a few of these businesses before, and this is the only one that I have seen sustained, consistent growth and residual income from. And it's just because the product is so freaking cool. So with that being said, Kayla, do you have anything that you want to finish up with?
Yeah, I guess the only thing that I would add to that is the reason we encourage you to become a referral partner is not necessarily because it pays for itself. That's kind of an added bonus, but it's $59 a year. That's it. There's nothing else that you have to pay to be a referral partner. And when you're sending as many cards as I am, 20% of $1,000 on that package is what, $200, right? So for every $1,000 that there's a huge potential to even just take the discount on your cards. So I use it as an added discount on my cards, and I use it to build my residual income because it's just an awesome tool. Like, it really just brings people to you instead of you to them. Like, they want to reach out to you to talk about your marketing. And that's where the huge difference is for me, is that I can cold call all day and set appointments, but I can also just, send people a card. And if you add in a great open house where you can get in front of them, or you add in some sort of cold calling, you're gonna make deals happen. Like, it's funny because we've had a few people, and depending on your market, maybe it's different. I've also suggested to people, go door knock the people you're sending them to. Print out your list of addresses, put them into Google Maps, and create your showing strategy. Because really, it's all about getting your face out there and then getting people to know you and getting people to reach out to you. That's where the money is. And then following up with them, of course. Which is much easier ways to use this program. I'm going to be doing a lot more webinars showing my exact systems in this Facebook group. So, tune in. I don't know of a set schedule yet, but Gary and I will be on here doing a Q&A and kind of helping people figure things out at least once a month, on the second Tuesday of every month. And yeah, we're here to help. So if you have questions, feel free to give us a call. And if you want to test it out, sign up and, or not sign up, go to these links, depending on who invited you, and we'll see what happens. It's an awesome system.
If there's someone else that invited you besides Kayla or myself, just get back together with that person and they can get you up and running or answer your questions. But don't hesitate to reach out to either myself or Kayla, and we'll get you where you need to be.
Yep, exactly. All right, I'm going to do a quick Q&A live here after this. Just make sure that anyone who's watching gets questions answered. Okay. And then, so Gary, I'll let you go. And then if anyone else has any questions, just stay on the Facebook group. I'll do another live here in just a second.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks, Kayla.
Thanks, Gary. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.